slept one day in Imo State, slept 20 days at Abuja. Is he a governor?
Okay, we've seen the insecurity in Imo State getting worse, and according to Critic News and Sana report rather, yesterday at Imo State, they were unknown government attacked a prison, and they were shooting sporadically around the area where the prison was located, and this caused a lot of panic in that area. Sorry, the Governor Uzodimma, people have even said he's been doing his duty from Abuja. What's really going on in that state? Do you think it's getting out of hand?
There's lawlessness in Imo State. One of the reasons is that state, since hopeuzodimma, declared himself governor of Imo State by Fulani, tribunal, Imo State was vacant. Nobody actually was in charge. See, let me tell you, that Imo State you see is the headquarters of the Igbos. When you talk about Igbos, who are Igbos? It's Imo. See, since then, there was no security. Everything about security in Imo State broke down. Since he has chosen to subject youths, to incessant shooting, execution, persecution, killings of innocent youth in Imo State, I'm telling you that since then, no security in Imo State. And he has chosen to surround or fence himself with the military. Slept one day in Imo State, slept 20 days at Abuja. Is he a governor? Uzodimma has chosen to be sleeping at barracks in Abuja, not in Imo State. How do you expect that state will be secured? That the unknown government, they went straight to release the innocent youths that were locked up in jail for years in Imo State. Innocent youth. The thing is that don't allow Uzodimma security outfit to get hold on you, of you. If they hold you, you are going to prison. No court, nothing. So that's why the unknown government, they decided to march towards the prison to make sure that they release the occupants. The occupants are largely Imo youths, innocent youths. So they went there yesterday. They were shooting. There was pandemonium, lawlessness yesterday. People started, running helter-skelter for their lives. Because unknown government, their main aim was to free the illegally detained. The illegally detainee are much. The number is getting too much. The prison, the detention facilities in Imo State is too compacted. There's no ventilation. We are talking about thousands of people detained illegally. So the concerned government are the one that went on that rescue mission. And as you can see, hopeuzodimma is not 24 hours in Imo State. Barely 8 hours. He has gone. Because he that is guilty is always subjected to this kind of, panic. By what? Conscience. His conscience has been, causing him panic. So it's not out of zealousness that unknown government went around shooting in Imo State. No. It's out of what? Oppression. By the Imo State government. Oppression of the youth. They have subjected Imo youth to serious, psychological dilemma. If you're a youth in Imo State, your mom will warn you. You will stay 12 hours in the bush, 12 hours in the village. Some youths, some villages in Imo State today, for 4 years now of Uzodimma's regime, there's nobody in their communities. Everywhere has been overgrown with thorns and weeds. Because the villagers, the whole communities, they ran away for their lives. Uzodimma is a killer. He has become a thorn on the fleshes of the people of Imo State. So that's why you see prison besieged yesterday by unknown government to free the innocent that have been incarcerated over the years.
I think he's the chairman of
governors forum, considering the fact he's an APC man. Then secondly, we have seen that his government has no relationship with the people of Biafra because of his position. And recently now, we can see them discussing about the release of Nnamdi Kanu. It's not about the government trying to create insecurity in the southeast. Now the government created insecurity as far as I'm concerned, because we are not extremists, we are not jihadists, we like peace, So even man is a peaceful man, So what is being created there, we are elements of government machineries who are in the eastern part of the country to create insecurity, to discourage investors from coming there. We understand that a very long time, and leveraging that on the issue Nnamdi Kanu is having, they are using it to create insecurity in the entire eastern Nigeria. So, and we have understand that, and that is why we are saying that Uzodimma enjoy the same freedom. So what they did also. Then why is it that Nnamdi Kanu is being kept in prison up to now? And his presence in the prison is being used to attack interest in the entire eastern part of the country, and that means insecurity at the end of the day. And that is why Nnamdi Kanu came out and said, leave me, let me have my freedom. I've won you in several cases in all the courts. Let me have my freedom. Then when I come out, the insecurity will stop. You understand? So I'm heaping insecurity on anybody, on Simon Ekpa or any governor. You understand? These are machineries that are being used against the interest of the Igbos, by the federal government. And until we see that justice is being done to Nnamdi Kanu, Igbo will continue to experience insecurity. And that is where the governors and the Honeses and the Igbo leaders of thought need to come in, and continue to advance and advocate for the unconditional release of the hero himself, the supreme leader of the IPOB. We are talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So that is where they stand, and that is where we have always stand. Until that is being done, we continue to throw our reservation to the interest of Nigeria. People has been silent for over some time now. They don't react to issues, and we don't react because that's not why we are here. That's not what we are created. Igbos are not created to fight. Igbos are not created to raise sword against anybody. Igbos are not created, to kill. Yes, I think we are moving ahead. It's becoming very critically clear the situation currently going on in Nigeria. You can see what was being reported this morning in one of the dailies, Vanguard newspaper, that insisted or trying to tell the whole world, that Nigeria is gradually disintegrating. They mentioned it very clearly. They said, Nigeria is dividing. The protest shows that Nigeria is dividing. Because of some people say they are not going to be part of the protest. Some people, the other people say they are going, even those who accepted to go for the protest, I still have people who are saying there's no need for protest, even among their midst. What does that tell you? That the system has already been polarized. So and that is giving the better agitation a lifeline. It has always been on a lifeline. Now the recognition is spreading. And if you look at it inside down, you find out that the movement is what the understanding, the space created by the Nigerian system, that has given birth to Biafra, is what Simon Ekpa is, leveraging on, to expand and continue to advance the ideology that has to do with Biafra. Every other thing you are seeing playing around was as a result of the foundation Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has already laid about Biafra. And Simon Ekpa is feasting on it, trying to get the people to understand that, the fire is still on, the fire of liberation, the agitation is still ongoing, no matter that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been incarcerated by Nigeria over an issue that is not even of expression. Nnamdi Kanu is being detained because he expressed himself. You know, so I do not see how expression has become an treasonable. But it's only in Nigeria that expression becomes treasonable. And Mazinam Ekpa has put himself in that position and is gathering attention in that regard. So there's crisis already in Aso Rock because of the presence of Simon Ekpa, you know, trying to make sure that that the Igbos are not just entertained mysteriously by fake people, you know, in Nigeria. So I think it's expanding and making everything critically clear now for the whole world to see reason why Nigeria and Biafra should go their separate ways. And a lot of people want to agree with that, coupled with the fact that the relations up and down, you can say a lot of things is coming up, and the Yorubas are saying that even though the governor has come to put a statement, put it off completely, put that fire off completely, you know, they would have experienced Lagos State. Let me just tell you, they would have experienced some kind of unimaginable things, because Igbo has been silent for over some time now. They don't react to issues, and we don't react because that's not why we are here. That's not what we are created. Igbos are not created to fight. Igbos are not created to raise sword against anybody. Igbos are not created, you know, to kill. So we find it very difficult, you know, to react to issues like this, you know, especially in a place the Igbos have contributed so much, you know. So Simon Ekpa is putting it to the whole world, to the international community, that at this level we are now, the international community has seen reasons why Nigeria should be balkanized, why Biafra should be supported, you know, why Nnamdi Kanu should be released, you know, why every entity should stay on their own. If the Yorubas feel that they want to stay on their own, then they stay on their own. If they feel that they want to join the Northerners and stay on their own. But I think they're a little bit disappointed because the fire they were trying to light, the enemy fire, has already been rejected by the North. At the time will come with the Yorubas, if care is not taken, they are going to stand alone in anything that's going to come to do with Nigeria. As I'm talking to you now, you can see that how possibly because of the life of the Nnamdi Kanu, we distance ourselves in anything that the government might likely use against release of Nnamdi Kanu, and that is why the Igbos are taking these positions always. I'm not talking about federal government deficiency, infrastructural deficiency in the entire Biafra land, in the entire Igbo land, no government infrastructure, nothing. The entire Biafra land is underdeveloped, you know, because there's no federal government. It's intentional, we know. You understand? But that does not take that spirit from us that, you know, we need to set trap. You know, Igbo man believes that he needs to set trap, and the trap can, you know, can catch a crab. You know what I mean by that. You know, so you know, we need to set trap. We need to continue to set trap. You know, but unfortunately, God has been doing it in His own way, and we will not stop from there. We will advance. But as I was saying, I know that not all the Yorubas will come and say that Igbo should leave Lagos. No, I don't think many of them will want to support that because we are not violent. You know, we have contributed so much to the eliminating or to Lagos State present standard in terms of, you know, adding value to Lagos State. And the Lagos State government understood that, and that's why Sanwo-Olu has come to make a statement in that regard. Atiku Abubakar has come to make a statement in that regard. So that's why in this kind of a thing, that's why we have millions of Simon Ekpa everywhere, in both home and abroad. They are everywhere. You know, they can resist anything at any time.
But do you not see, you know, in no distant time, do you not see the West and the North having clashes with the way it's going now?
They might likely, because this has shown, you know, the protest is already ravaging the entire North. But you can see in the South here, you know, they have already been compromised. You know, the South has compromised, are playing ethnicity. You know, so the North who are bearing the brunt of that policies of, you know, are ready to continue to go on with that. But if you come to an extent, you know, the center of attraction might likely be in Abuja, where all the protesters is going to besiege Abuja. They have to leave the state respectively. Leave state. Let everybody stay in that Abuja where they are staying. You know, let us occupy Abuja, not doing all these things. Thank God that the awareness is there. The Tinubu's administration has already been dented you know, no matter how you look at it. So I think it's better, you know, everybody go to Abuja and just stay in Abuja. Let us leave this state, you know, where people are threatening it. Let them come and threaten people in Abuja. Let's see how that is going to go down at the end of the day.
Ekpa has come out to give the government three ultimatum for there to be peace in the southeast. The first one is releasing Namkano unconditionally. The second one is reducing the military men at all checkpoints in the southeast, and the third one is the federal government admitting to 49 million vote of the Biafrans, you know, for referendum in the southeast. What can you say to this?
Simon Ekpa did a good work by conducting the referendum among the Igbos in diaspora and in Nigeria, and you can see the turn up. It was massively, at least, embraced by the Igbo, welcomed by the Igbos, and the result shocked United Nations. These are just small pockets of Igbo concerned ones that casted their votes. Not all the Igbos that have access, and even the whole Igbos have access to vote online. I think we would have gotten more than 100 million Igbos. But you can see the turnout. It has outnumbered the numbers of people needed to have a nation of their own. And the United Nations has taken record. And again, Simon Ekpa is not begging Nigeria to give us a referendum. Nigeria is not the one that will approve it. It is the United Nations, the world governing body, is a world platform. They are the one that will accept referendum of Biafra, the votes casted by the Igbos worldwide to give them Biafra. It is the responsibility, one of the objectivities of the United Nations to do that. It is the United Nations that will do that, not Nigeria. Simon Ekpa has done well. Then again, on militarization of the southeastern Nigeria, Nigeria should stop it. On getting to southeastern Nigeria, we find out that we have more than 5,000 army checkpoints. What are they fighting for? Why are they so much afraid of the Igbos? Don't you think that those numbers of checkpoints is as a result of hatred against Igbo man? Why that checkpoint? If actually the federal government is doing well, state governors are doing well, why that large numbers of army checkpoints? So militarization of Igbo land, as Simon Ekpa demanded, the militarization of Igbo land is a welcome idea, is a good one from Simon Ekpa. Federal government should do the needful, or else they will still subject those soldiers to what incessant confrontation with the Igbo, with the indigenous people of that land, of Igbo land. It is wrong to have that kind of checkpoint. Are we fighting? Are we in a war time? So Simon Ekpa did well on that.